Welcome to your online classes, students. So today we are going to continue with the chapter number 13 which we have started in your previous class, right? Chapter number 13, Early Civilizations. Early Civilization. So students, I told you civilization means a society which shows the traits, which shows the characteristics of a developed area. Yes, it shows the characteristics of a developed area which has developed kind of things. Okay. So two important and popular Two important and popular civilizations which we learned about were Indus Valley civilization, and which we are going to learn in this chapter are Indus Valley civilization, and the second one is Egyptian civilization. Okay, so without wasting time, let us continue. Okay, so students, I told you Indus Valley civilization is located in parts of India as well as Pakistan. Yes, on the rivers of bank Indus. Yes, important buildings are the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro and the Great Granary at Harappa. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa are the very important sites of this Indus Valley civilization. Okay, occupations of the people over here are, occupations means the work which is done by the people, the work which is done by the people for earning their livelihood or for earning their living. Okay, so the occupations of the people living in Indus Valley civilizations were farmers, artisans, craftspeople, and traders. Farmers, artisans, farmers you all know, artisans, those who are engaged in the work of some art, those who have some skills in doing their handwork, doing the work by hand, like preparing some crafts and all kind of things, craftspeople and traders. Then Egyptian civilization. Egyptian civilization is in Egypt, and where is Egypt? In Africa. Okay, on the banks of the river Nile. And I told you Nile is the longest river in the world. Yes. Next is famous kings called pharaohs. I told you that in Egypt the kings were known as pharaohs. Pharaos. Okay, pharaohs, and famous pharaohs were Khufu and Ramesses II. Okay, important buildings are pyramids. Occupations are farmers, artists, craftspeople, and scribes. Farmers, artists, craftspeople, and scribes. See, these occupations are common here. Only one is different, which is scribes. Which is scribe, right? I told you scribe means a person who copies the main text. Scribe is a person who will copy the main text. Earlier I told you that the people used to write with hands. Yes? So, these books were known as manuscripts, and scribes were there to copy these manuscripts. So, scribes means, I told you, the person who were there to copy the manuscripts. Okay, manuscripts means handwritten books. So earlier printing, when it was not introduced, when printing was not introduced, then who used to copy the main textbooks? These were copied by scribes. Yes. Then I told you about after scribes, we have learned about the, see here the pyramids picture is given. I'll zoom it for you. I told you pyramids look like a 3D triangle. Yes, and here you can see that. See, ancient statue of Sphinx and pyramid of Khafre in Giza, Egypt. Okay? And here are ruins of Dholavira in Gujarat, India. So, Indus Valley civilization. In India, some important sites are Dholavira, Ropar, which will you learn in next page. Okay? These pictures are given. Here you can see this green part is of Egyptian civilization, and This green part is of Indus Valley civilization. You can find the river Indus, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa. Then here you can see the Egyptian civilization. Nile river is there. Yes. Egyptian civilization near around the banks of the river Nile, and here you can see Indus Valley civilization near around the banks of river Indus. Yes. This one is Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. You can see some parts of India and some parts of Pakistan are there covered in this civilization. Which one? Indus Valley civilization, right? See, name the water bodies that surround the Indus Valley and the Egyptian civilization. You can see which rivers are there, which oceans are there. You can name them. Okay, observe that and do that. Picture of Pharaoh Ramesses holding a map. Ramesses II. Yes, holding a lamp. Pharaoh, I told you, king. Here is an ancient well, probably the bathing palace at the archaeological sites of Harappa. Okay, it was a famous, it can be a famous bathing palace. Bathing palace where people used to take bath. Okay. Now Indus Valley civilization. The Indus Valley civilizations. Thousands of years ago, along the banks of river Indus, the Indus Valley civilization was the Indus Valley civilization or the Harappan civilization grew. Some of the important cities of these civilizations were Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, found in present day Pakistan. I told you Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are found in the famous are found in the Pakistan, and here Kalibanga, Dholavira and Ropar, these are found in present day India. Earlier India and Pakistan were part of same nation, that was Hindustan. Yes. After independence, these two divisions took place, right? So the famous buildings, you can see the archaeological site of Mohenjo-daro. I told you an archaeologist is the one who study about the history. Archaeologists कौन होते हैं जो history के बारे में पढ़ते हैं? Okay, they used to dig the they used to study the remains of the old buildings, the the weapons, the tools which are found over there, the ornaments. Yes. And also they used to study about the things which we can find about history. Especially the archaeologists had to study about these kind of things for which we cannot get a written record. ऐसी हिस्ट्री की चीज़ें जिनके बारे में हमें रिटर्न रिकॉर्ड नहीं मिलता है, तो उनकी जानकारी हमें कहाँ से मिलती है? आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट. आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट क्या करते हैं? दे डिग द अर्थ, है ना, जहाँ उनको लगता है कि यहाँ कुछ पुरानी चीज़ें हमें मिल सकती हैं, वहाँ वो क्या करते हैं? एक्सकेवेशन मीन्स खुदाई करते हैं, डिग करते हैं, और उन्हें जो चीज़ें मिलती हैं उसके बारे में वो स्टडी करते हैं. समटाइम्स दे यूज टू फाइंड द remains of the body parts of the early people. Sometimes they can found some these mummies and all, coffins. Okay, so which you can see, which we learn in Egyptian civilization, like mummies were buried in the ground with their coffin along with the things which they liked, which they preferred. Okay. Ruins means the remains of something. कुछ चीज़ों के, पुरानी चीज़ों के बचे हुए पार्ट ही मिलते हैं हमें, पूरी बॉडी तो मिलेगी नहीं. ठीक है, कुछ हड्डियाँ मिल सकती है, कुछ ऐसे पार्ट्स जो टाइम के साथ डैमेज नहीं होते हैं, वैसे ही पार्ट्स हमें मिल सकते हैं. राइट. So see, the people of Indus Valley were known for building well planned towns. That is why it is known as civilization, because these were well planned and these were developed. Yes. See, building well-planned towns, long, straight main roads were linked with smaller lanes in cities. जो छोटी-छोटी roads होती थी, the streets, they were connected to the main lanes in the cities. Yes. Next, the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro had a huge tank in the center with changing rooms all around the 10. The Great Bath. This was used to be a place where it might happen that, during a particular event or a particular festival, people used to have bath together, and few changing rooms were also built over there, surrounded by in surroundings of a huge tent. Yes. Third is there were mud brick houses built around courtyards. Houses had upper and ground floors. Houses has upper floor as well as ground floors. Okay. Now occupation. I told you occupations were the farmers, the artisans, the craftspeople. Yes. So the people of the Indus Valley practiced farming and grew wheat, barley, and vegetables. Okay. They used to grow which type of crops? Wheat, barley, and vegetables. The great granary at Harappa. The great granary. Granary means it was a place which was used to store the grains. Grains you all know, like wheat, barley, whatever the grains they produced. Okay. Occupations means the work people do for earning their livelihood. जीने के लिए जो हमें काम करना पड़ता है. Like we have to earn money for living. Yes. If somebody's father is doing any kind of occupation or business or any profession, like someone's father is a teacher, so that is occupation of his father. Yes. If someone's father is doing a business, he is a businessman, so it's his occupation. Yes. If someone's mother is a doctor, then it's her occupation that she is a doctor. Yes, you can say occupation is a kind of job or business, whatever people do. Okay. Next is the great granary at Harappa was a very large granary for storing grains, and it is a very famous uh, building. Many Indus Valley people were artisans and craftspeople. Yes, the people of Indus Valley, many of them were craftspeople as well as artisans. Models of the carts, toys, and oxen have been found at most Indus Valley sites. So many of the models of carts, of toys, we can found over there. Oxen means plural of ox. Yes. Metals were used to make vessels, tools, and other articles. Vessels are the huge ships. Okay. Tools and other articles. So different kind of metals were also used for metals were used to make vessels, to make tools, to make other articles. Merchants traded grains, food crops, and artifacts. Merchants are traders who do what? Who purchase and sell things. Who are traders, beta? Who are engaged in selling and purchasing of the things. Who do what? Sell, purchase things for the purpose of earning profits. Okay? For the purpose of earning profit. Okay, students? So here you can see terracotta figures are there. Terracotta is a substance like tiles which was used to make tiles and some other kind of things like these toys. This toy has been made by terracotta. Okay? These are some things which are found in the Harappan sites. Now, did you know Mohenjo-daro was discovered in 1922 by R.D. Banerjee, an officer of the Archaeological Survey of India. Traders are those people who will sell the things and who will purchase the things. हम चीज़ों को क्यों बेचते और खरीदते हैं? ताकि क्या कर सके हम? बिजनेस में यही होता है ना, लोग चीज़ों को बेचते हैं और खरीदते हैं. किस लिए? प्रॉफिट कमाने के लिए. ठीक है? तो ट्रेडर्स वही होते हैं जो चीज़ों को बेचते हैं और सेल करते हैं. राइट? नाउ see, Mohenjo-daro was discovered in 1922 by R.D. Banerjee. He was an officer in the Archaeological Survey of India. Okay. Now the seals were also found. Seals, like stamps are there. In that way, seals were also there. The seals found in the Indus cities tells us that the Indus people knew how to read and Right. These seals tell us that people used to know what? Reading and writing. However, we have not been able to read their script. But they had some script. Script means a particular type of language in which we write. Okay? So we cannot इंटरप्रेट दैट, उसको हम समझ नहीं पाए जो जिस स्क्रिप्ट में जिस लैंग्वेज में वो लोग लिखते थे. ठीक है. सी हियर यूनिकॉर्न सील ऑफ हड़प्पा and Pashupati seal. Two seals photo has been given. This one is the statue of the Mohenjo-daro priest king found in 1927. This statue was founded in 1927, and this is the statue of a priest king. See, what is a seal? A flat, small stone or metal tablet with a symbol and writing. Some writing. See, these are some small parts of matters on which some writings were there, some symbols were there. Okay. The Egyptian civilization. Indus Valley civilization we have completed. Now we'll start about the Egyptian civilization. The ancient Egyptian civilization grew along the rivers, along the banks of the river Nile. Egypt is also known as the gift of Nile. Egypt is also known as the gift of Nile. Egyptian civilization कहाँ मिली थी? Rivers of banks of the river Nile, और what it is also known as gifts of Nile. इसको Nile का gift भी बोला जाता है. The Pharaoh, I told you Pharaoh was the king. The Pharaoh was the king of the Egyptians who was worshipped by the people. The kings were worshipped by the people. Okay. Worship means puja karna. Yes. So students, Pharaoh were the kings. Pharaoh were the Egyptian kings. Pharaoh किसको बोलते थे? Egyptian kings को. And these were worshipped by the people of Egypt. Few of the famous pharaohs were Khufu, Ramesses II, and Tutankhamun. ठीक है? कुछ famous pharaohs जो थे वो कौन थे? Khufu, Ramesses II and Tutankhamun. ये तीनों काफी famous क्या थे? pharaohs थे. Khufu, Ramesses II and Tutankhamun. Yes. In higher classes you will have the chapters about Tutankhamun also. Okay. The Egyptian built tombs for the pharaohs known as the pyramids. Egyptian क्या बनाते थे? Tombs क्या होती हैं? समाधियाँ. जैसे नहीं होती बड़े बड़े stones के, या फिर जैसे pyramids वगैरह बना दिए जाते हैं. इसके अंदर क्या होता है? The dead bodies of these people are buried. जो महान लोग होते हैं, great people, उनकी dead bodies को बरी किया जाता है और फिर उसके ऊपर एक स्टोन का बड़ा सा स्ट्रक्चर बना दिया जाता है जहाँ लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? They can offer some flowers as a श्रद्धांजलि. Okay. So, इजिप्ट में क्या होता था? People used to make pyramids. और इन pyramids में क्या करते थे वो? ये जो pharaohs जब when these pharaohs used to die, when the pharaoh used to die, when the king used to die, they just mummified them. Mummified मतलब mummies, the mummy you have heard, तो उनको मम्मी की तरह क्या करते थे? They used to wrap them with the cotton cloth. कॉटन क्लॉथ से उनकी बॉडी को ड्रैप कर दिया जाता था और फिर उसको एक कॉफिन में डाल के रख दिया जाता था. ठीक है. उनको बरी किया जाता था फिर, और उनकी जो भी पसंदीदा चीज़ें होती थी खाने पीने की, कपड़े, ज्वेलरी, ऑल दीज थिंग्स वर buried along with them. Okay. These are the pyramids you can see here. In 1880, the British archaeologist Sir William Petrie was the first to gather most accurate measurements of the Great Pyramids of Giza, one of the ancient 7 wonders of the world. जो pyramids है, these are one among the 7 wonders of the world. दुनिया के जो 7 wonders है उसमें से एक है these pyramids. Yes, and one of the Giza, one of the pyramid which is located in Giza was very famous, and it was, the correct measurements were taken by Sir William Petrie. Okay, he was a British archaeologist. The ancient Egyptians believed in many gods and goddesses. There were many gods and goddesses. Okay, they used to worship. It is so much fun to learn about the Egyptians. I read that mummified their pharaohs after death because they believed that they would live forever. Okay, why did they mummify? I told you the meaning of mummify means उनको मम्मी बना देना, उनके चारों तरफ कपड़ा लपेट कर और फिर उनको बरी कर देना. ओके, तो क्यों ऐसा करते थे वो? उनको लगता था कि वो अब हमेशा और जिएंगे. ओके, that was the concept behind the mummification. Here you can see these are some this is a picture of coffin. ऐसे इस तरह के coffins बनाए जाते थे. उसके अंदर dead body was kept and it was buried. Yes. Do you know what mummification is? Do you know what is a mummification? After a pharaoh died, the body was wrapped. The body was wrapped in a cotton cloth and preserved in special oils. This is known as mummification. Preserve मतलब to save something from getting spoiled or damaged. किसी चीज़ को सड़ने और उसको खराब होने से बचाना. तो डेड बॉडीज जो हैं वो भी बहुत जल्दी सड़ने लगती हैं, तो उनमें कुछ ऐसे ऑयल्स रखे जाते थे जिससे वो क्या हो, डीके नहीं हो, चीज़ें डैमेज, जो वो बॉडी है डेड बॉडी वो डैमेज नहीं हो. हियर यू कैन सी wrapped in a cloth. Can you see this clearly? This body has been wrapped with a cloth. Yes. After this it was placed in a richly decorated coffin. उसके बाद क्या देखो, here you can see how nicely this coffin has been decorated. Yes, and in these coffins these mummies were kept. The coffin was then placed in a pyramid along with the pharaoh's favorite objects such as jewelry, furniture and food items. Or in coffins were buried with in a pyramid. Yes, and in the pyramid along with the coffin, the favorite things of the kings, the pharaohs were kept. Whatever the favorite things of them were, okay, like it can be jewelry, it can be furniture, it can be food items or whatever. Now some students are wondering like mummies can wake up or not. How a dead person can wake up, beta? In movies some different concepts are there, okay, so don't believe in that. Never the dead bodies can get up and they'll just there to scare you away. Okay, don't feel like that. No need to afraid. They'll not come out of the pyramids or they'll not come out of the coffins, buildings. See, these are the important buildings of Egyptians. The first one is the pyramids and second these kind of things are there. The pyramids built by the Egypt served as the final resting place of the pharaohs. Pharaohs ka final resting point means they used to do rest over there. They'll never come out of them. Okay? Pharaohs who also took all their worldly possessions with them. Possessions mean उनकी जितनी भी चीज़ें थी, जो जो उनकी चीज़ें थी उन सबको उनके साथ में क्या कर दिया जाता था? These were also buried in the pyramid. Okay, these were also placed in the pyramid. Here see the statue of the pharaohs are also made. See the famous Luxor temple in Egypt. Can you see this? This is the famous Luxor temple of Egypt. See how beautifully it has been developed. It means the people who used to live in these cities were very, skilled persons. See, such a beautiful, piece of art is there in front of us. Okay? Did you know papyrus was a plant grown along the river Nile? Papyrus क्या होता था? It was a plant. और ये plant कहाँ grow किया जाता था? On the banks of the river Nile. Once cut and dried, papyrus was used for writing. Papyrus को एक बार काट करके सुखाया जाता था और फिर इसको यूज किया जाता था for writing. Writing के लिए it was used. The word paper come from papyrus. Paper जो है ये कहाँ से आया है? Papyrus only. Okay? Now, occupations of the people who are living in Egypt, who were living in Egyptian civilization. Egyptian farmers grew corn, wheat, barley and vegetables. And in this civilization, people used to grow, farmers used to grow wheat, barley. Yes, here they used to grow corn also, vegetables also. Artists and crafts people in Egypt made beautiful statues and monuments. बहुत सुंदर सुंदर ये लोग statues, मूर्तियां वगैरह बनाते थे और monuments बनाते थे. Okay? Scribes made all written records. Scribe जो थे वो क्या करते थे? I told you they used to copy the text, so they used to maintain the written records. Yes. So three types of these occupations you have read. Knowledge box. In 1922, Howard Carter opened up the innermost shrine of king. सबसे innermost जो shrine थी, shrines भी समाधि तरह की कुछ होती है, इन्होंने उसको खोला Tutankhamun's tomb near Luxor in Egypt. और कौन से किंग की, कौन से फराव की इन्होंने जो श्राइन थी, जो कॉफिन था वो खोला था, वो था ट्यूटनखामन का. ठीक है, 1922 में इन्होंने उसको ओपन किया था. Writings. ये देखो, these people used to write, use the symbols of these kind. Here are hieroglyphics. It is the ancient Egyptian writing style that uses pictures and symbols to represent sounds and words. ठीक है? Ancient Egyptian writing style का नाम था hieroglyphics. इसके अंदर क्या होता था? पिक्चर्स और सिंबल्स को यूज किया जाता था जो कि साउंड और वर्ड को रिप्रेजेंट करते थे. पीपल रॉट ऑन वॉल्स ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स की वॉल्स पे और बिल्डिंग और ऑन पैपिरस स्क्रोल्स, और पैपिरस के जो पेपर टाइप की चीज़ होती थी, जो ट्री होता था, उसकी ऊपर these people used to write. Okay, so in this way your chapter has been completed today. Your homework is to find out the question answers and read the chapter carefully. Okay, bye students, enjoy your day.